Evening. I'm Marisol Ramos Lopez, Chief Communications Officer for the Rochester City School District. This evening, we're holding a public hearing for the district's academic and financial plans prepared by State Monitor Dr. Shelley Jallow. After Dr. Jallow has finished her presentation, we will open the meeting up for questions. Anyone who submitted a request to speak will be given 3 minutes to speak and will be called upon by name when it is their turn. Anyone who did not submit a request to speak before the hearing can still submit comments to State Monitor at rcsdk12.org. Dr. Jallow?
Good afternoon, or good evening. Thank you, Marisol. I am Shelley Jallow. I'm the State Monitor for Rochester City School District, and this is a presentation representing the updates to the fiscal and academic plan for the 22-23 school year. I'd like to start with the statutory authority of the Rochester State Monitor, which is Chapter 56 of Laws 2020, which requires the Commissioner to appoint a State Monitor to the City School District of Rochester to provide oversight, guidance, technical assistance related to the academic, fiscal policies, practices, programs, and decisions of the Board of Education and the Superintendent. On the 6th of August, 2021, Commissioner Betty Rosa also informed the RCSD of additional conditions for spending CSRSA and ARP funding. Those conditions included authorizing the State Monitor to approve CSRSA and ARP spending plans prior to submission to the state for final approval. On May 26, 2020, I was appointed by Interim Commissioner Tahoe to be the monitor for the Rochester City School District. The responsibilities of the monitor include serving as a non-voting ex officio member of the board, assist the board in adopting a conflict of interest policy that ensures board members and administrators act in the district's best interests, work with the board to develop a proposed academic improvement plan and a financial plan for the district no later than November 1st, 2020 for the school year starting 2021 and the 4 subsequent school years. Beginning the 21-22 school year budget, ensure that the budget is balanced and consistent with the district long-term financial plan. Additional responsibilities include providing semi-annual reports on the academic and fiscal and operational status of the district, assist in resolving any disputes and conflicts between the superintendent and the board and among members of the board, authority to disapprove travel outside the state paid for by the district, recommend cost-saving measures including but not limited to shared service and agreements, notifying the board in writing regarding violations to either plan, academic, or financial, and beginning with the 2021-22 school year budget, ensure that the budget is balanced and consistent with the long-term financial plan. There are 2 plans, as stated, the academic and the financial plan. The academic plan was organized into 5 sections: turnaround leadership, talent development, instructional transformation, culture shift, systems, resources, and structures, while the financial plan was separated into domains consisting of general fiscal practices, government and programmatic decision-making, legal and financial audits, budget development, organizational structures and internal efficiencies, and transportation. With the update, as of last Friday, the plan had approximately 107 recommendations. 24 remain current. They had not been changed. 46 were modified, 14 were removed, and 23 were brand new. In the financial plan, in total, there were 69, approximately 69, 23 current, 25 modified, 14 removed, and 7 new. Just want to explain, the modified usually required a change or an update in the date and language that specified who was responsible for the recommendation. The academic and financial plan covered areas such as early childhood, early literacy, instructional strategies and models to improve academic achievement, community school models. There were recommendations about summer school, about college and career readiness, about high school redesign and professional development. These plans also included recommendations about extended learning time, male students of color, college and career readiness as a double, I guess we mentioned it more than once, promotion and retention policies, secondary course catalog, career technical education, receivership schools, and evaluations. What I hope to do this evening is just review the newer recommendations to the plan. You have heard these recommendations a few times, and I want to make sure that I highlight the new ones. In the academic plan, Table 5, Table 5, numbers, recommendations 16, 17, 18, and 19 are new. The board shall vote to approve a permanent superintendent by July 1st, 2023. The district administration shall submit to the board for approval of new RCSD high school graduation requirements more aligned to college and career readiness for the implementation starting with the 2024 cohort. Board shall approve selected schools by January 1st, 2023 and submit the FMP master plan by April 2023. The board will receive a draft of a new RCSD strategic plan by the 31st of May, 2023, and will vote on a final draft of the new five-year RCSD strategic plan no later than October 31st, 2023. For Table 9, there were 4 new recommendations. District administration shall identify specific research and evidence-based transition strategies to be systemically used on an annual basis for grade 8 students transitioning to grade 9. District administration shall establish a district program for identification and support of undercredited lower-classmen high school students. District administration shall improve summer school programming beginning with summer 2023. District administration shall reorganize the student placement office to include all areas of placement such as special ed, bilingual ed, youth and justice program, links, all city, and pre-K. Continuing in the academic plan, other new recommendations were recommendations 36, 37, 38, and 39. District shall, effective January 1st, 2023, utilize NYSCD, the state ed extended learning time rubric to report on the status of mutually agreed upon ELTs between the state monitor and the chiefs of schools. District administration shall create, implement, and budget a citywide district-led early literacy, early numeracy initiative for RCSD families with children ages 0 to 5, beginning with the first draft March 1st, 2023, and full implementation no later than January 15, 2024. District administration shall have virtual academy under the oversight of the CAO by September 30th, 2023. District administration shall post grade-level aggregate iReady data for math and literacy on every RCSD school website and district website, including user-friendly directions for understanding the data and suggestions for families to support their students. Table 9 had 3 additional new recommendations. District shall adhere to all recommendations and timelines from the graduation audit conducted on the district. District administration shall have the first draft of the new RCSD strategic plan no later than October 1st, 2023. Final draft of the plan should be presented to the public and the board by the 1st of 2024. The next new recommendation was the district shall gather feedback from SBMT, receivership principals, receivership chiefs to identify the largest district-created barriers preventing receivership schools from making demonstrable improvements. In addition, the academic plan also had a few other new recommendations in Table 9. District administration shall restore a community school model with fidelity throughout the district, wherever possible, effective immediately with evidence of the 4 pillars of the community school model. District administration shall increase graduation requirements to better align with the knowledge, skills, and attributes for an RCSD graduate to be fully prepared for college and career, beginning with the 2024 cohort. Effective February 1st, 2023, 3 specific instructional strategies for improving the learning of literacy skills, career technical education skills, math skills, science skills, and social studies for each upper elementary students, middle school students, high school students. District administration shall present and document to the state monitor at the conclusion of the 2nd and 4th marking periods. This is data regarding student performance, in case there's any misunderstanding. Table 1323 was also new. District administration shall take documented actions to incorporate a phase-in of professional learning communities in the master schedules of every RCSD school and program. On the financial plan, there were fewer new recommendations, and they are listed as such. In Table 4, District shall include transparent explanations for activities listed on resolutions for extra pay. District administration shall shorten, while maintaining integrity and increasing accountability, the resolution development process. District administration shall leverage state and federal funding to create a comprehensive investment strategy based on equity and need to support schools beginning with the 23-24 school year. District administration shall create a timeline, a work plan for the development of secondary and elementary master schedules that incorporates input from all impacted stakeholders and delineates deadlines, duties, and responsibilities of all relevant stakeholders to complete. District administration shall create a timeline work plan for the development of secondary report cards with those same items incorporated as listed before. District administration shall create a timeline and work plan for the development of summer school schedules that incorporates input for these stakeholders. And district administration shall provide semi-annual updates on strategies and resulting outcomes for KPIs in the following departments: finance, human capital, operations, student placement, and transportation. What I've listed today are just the new recommendations that have been added to the academic and financial plans. Once again, those recommendations that were modified, they either identified exactly who was responsible for carrying out the recommendation, or they were updated to include new dates reflecting the 22-23 or the 23-24 school year. And with that, I conclude my presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Jallow. Now we will move to the public hearing portion of our meeting. Our first speaker is Laura Smith, who is a parent. Laura is in person and approaching the podium now. Welcome this evening. You have 3 minutes.
You want me to start again? Yes, sorry. Because of the restrictions of this format, I only have time to give some general high-level feedback, which is a shame because it's going to sound way more negative than I would have liked. I do have some positive things to say, but they just didn't make the 3-minute cut. So these reports do not give parents and the community the information we need to understand the recommendations, the context in which they're being made, and progress towards achieving them. None of the documents or presentations are available in any other languages, so many parents aren't able to engage in this process at all. That's a missed opportunity to get the kind of feedback that might actually move the district forward. And talking of feedback, in the academic plan, what amount of input from PTA, PTOs was taken into account in drafting the specific recommendations regarding that? As a PTA parent, I totally agree that a lot of work is needed to support parent organizations in every school. But I'm not sure that those specific recommendations are the right course of action. They risk being busy work, which is used to deflect to parents saying, well, we gave them the opportunity and these parents just don't want to engage. And that narrative just simply isn't true. I would ask you to look at these again and draft something with the collaboration of parents to address the root causes behind a lack of parent engagement and parent organizations. After watching your presentations to the board and reading the documents, I'm missing an overview of the progress and have no understanding of whether the removal and modification of recommendations should be cause for concern or celebration of work completed. I would like to see a simple project tracking overview, perhaps with color coding, including key target milestones, which must be met to ensure the recommendation is implemented in a way that will achieve its objective. Most alarmingly, in one presentation, you stated that failure to implement recommendations at the end of, I think, year 3 would lead to financial penalties. I'm wondering why. If these are obligations for the board and administration and they aren't met, then the consequences should impact those people, not the kids. Please go back to the state and draft some more appropriate consequences, for example, loss of decision-making authority, removal of legal fee coverage or reimbursements, or ultimately sacking, would all be appropriate for the actions of adults. A chronically underfunded district can't get better without investment, and any threat to make that situation worse is horrendous and utterly unacceptable. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much, Ms. Smith. We appreciate your participation. Joining us via Zoom is community member Donald Bartolo. Mr. Bartolo is being allowed into the Zoom room.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Bartolo. You have 3 minutes. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. My name is Don Bartolo, and I'm a member of the community and have been for many years. And on the night that the school monitor is speaking about academic plans, I would like her, the board, and the acting superintendent to think about literacy. For over 20 years, the students in Rochester schools have had great difficulty reading and writing to learn. Consider this. In the year 2000, only 6% of our fourth grade students were considered proficient in reading based on state assessments. Now, that also means that most of those students were not proficient writers. Here's a question. What percentage of our current fourth graders are reading and writing at a proficient level? All you have to do is listen to our students, listen to them read, and look at their writing samples. We know that when children are not reading at grade level by fourth grade, the likelihood of learning difficulty increases significantly. Forget about the graduation rate. These boys and girls cannot go anywhere without those two basic skills. Now, tonight I'm recommending that we establish a culture of literacy in grades K-12. That means that all teachers, every teacher, becomes a literacy teacher, no matter what the grade, no matter what the subject. A culture of literacy extends over every subject and at every grade level. Why? Because our students have to be able to read and write to learn. Reading and writing progress will not improve until the literacy teaching methods improve. That's not purchasing a program. That's making sure that every one of our good teachers have the skills to help their students read and write. Ask yourself this: who better to help an 8th grade student read science or social studies or mathematics than the science and social studies and mathematics teacher? We know this from years of difficulty. We don't have to have this repeated every year. There's no reason why our children aren't doing better. We've let them down. I'm mad. I've been mad for many years. I can't get through to you. I urge the school board and the school leaders to develop a K-12 culture of literacy, or we will continue to let our students down.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bartolo. Your 3 minutes are up. This concludes our public hearing. Everyone have a good night.